Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley Estes. My handle is the Mountain View Cottage here on YouTube as well as on all social media. I blog about all things large family lifestyle, organization, cleaning, and homeschooling. I have a 6th grader next year, a 5th grader, another 6th grader, but one of my 6th grader is on grade level and the other has a learning disability, so they're not doing the same curriculum. So 2 6th graders and a 5th grader. And I also have a 3rd grader and a kindergartner next year. And then I also have a 2-year-old, he'll be 2 when we start school, and he just is along for the ride. And then I have a 16-year-old who, she's a foster kiddo, so her education plan is different than my other kiddos, but she will probably be present for a lot of the school stuff that we do. Today's video is going to be a really fun homeschooling video, probably one of my favorite homeschooling videos to put together, and that is going to be kind of a miscellaneous homeschool haul that encompasses things like art, office supplies, and just kind of general knickknacks and books and supplements that we're using in our homeschool for the next homeschool year, which will be the 2023-2024 homeschool year. So I hope you enjoy this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this. And let's dive into all the fun things that we're going to be using in our homeschool this next year. Super excited to share it with you. So I think I'm going to start with all of the art products. So how we encompass art in our homeschool is a couple different ways. We have several YouTube channels that we really like that are step-by-step tutorials for drawing and paintbrushing, brush painting, and other art mediums. And that has been a really fun way to incorporate art into our homeschool. And so all of these products that I'm going to be sharing with you are some really awesome art supplies that you may consider for your homeschool this next school year if you're looking at great markers, colored pencils, that sort of thing. I think there's only one thing that I don't have with me today, and that's going to be Artesia colored pencils. If you're familiar with them, they are a really amazing medium of colored pencil that blends really well and goes on very opaque, and they're really great for I would say advanced artists, but also budding artists. And I do try to stick to higher quality art supplies for my kids because a lot of the things that they create and do for art are things that we keep for homeschool. And I'll kind of share with you how we do that too, so that we don't have a million different pictures and pages all over the place. We kind of keep it contained. So the first thing I'm going to share with you are our markers. So I love the brand Artesia. And so I got this huge thing of markers to use for next school year. We actually opened it up because we had the last couple weeks of this school year, the 2022-2023 school year, and it really is an amazing supply of markers. So it comes with 120 markers, and these are the Everblend art markers. When you open it up, there are all these spots for the markers. I have personally taken them out and I have put them in this acrylic organizer, which is a Lazy Susan, so it spins, and I have organized them by color order. This just kind of works easier for my kids. I just put this in the middle of our kitchen table and then they can pick the colors that they need. The other cool thing about this particular organizer is each of these is a little triangle compartment. So if it works to have it in the middle of the table, we can do that, but kids can also just grab one little triangle and keep it by their place. And these are all the markers. The markers are dual tipped. So it shows you here, there's a flat tip and then there's a fine tip. And they really are great markers. They're called the Everblend marker, and that is for a reason because they do blend really well. The only thing with these is they bleed through. So you want to make sure you have a higher quality paper if you're going to use these. Or a lot of the times I'll just keep a cardstock in whatever book or coloring book my kids are using, so they'll just put that behind them and it won't bleed through cardstock. So the Everblend markers from Artesia are something I added this school year that I'm super excited to use. Before we just used Crayola markers, which are fine, but I wanted to take it up a notch this year because art has become something my kids really love this school year, and I wanted to give them a better medium so that they can develop their art skills even further. The way that we do art is we do one art lesson a week. And I usually will plan this either far in advance in the school year or the week before. And I will kind of look at what we're learning about that week, and I will pick an art project or coloring project or drawing project or paint project that matches what we're learning that week. So for example, we love the channel Art for Kids Hub, and that is a father and son duo that do a drawing tutorial step by step. It's very easy to follow, and we used a lot of those tutorials this school year. And we read the book, The Sign of the Beaver, and there is a portion of that book that's about a bear. And so for that lesson of art that week, we did their bear drawing tutorial, and then my kids all got to color them or paint them. So we keep an art notebook. Our art notebooks last year were these ones, these sketch notebooks. These are for a lot of different mediums. It's for drawing and sketching, but you can also, they're a little thicker. You could also paint in them. So we'll use these for drawing and markers this next school year. But we're gonna dive more into painting this year. So I got each of my kids one of these watercolor books. It's not very big. It has 76 pages. And that is a tip I got from another homeschool mom. When you're buying art notebooks with actual art paper medium in them, don't buy a notebook that has 300 pages because it will probably get wasted. We used just one of these with 30 sheets this school year, and that was plenty. Some of the projects we did obviously were like 3D and didn't fit in here because we do have clay and stuff. But between these two, we'll use this one for painting and this one for markers and colored pencils and sketching. And they're just small notebooks each of my kids will have, and we do one art project a week. And so these are the mediums we'll use for that. So that's kind of how we do it. I got another thing from the brand Artesia, which I really like because they are high quality, the Real Brush Pens Premium. So this is a set of 96 brush pens, and I've also organized this outside of this box. On the top of the box, you can see all the colors, and then inside the box, there are little individual boxes. As you can see, I've taken all of my markers out of there, but I put them in another acrylic container, this one. And all of the colors are right here. So you can see the colors are on the bottom of the marker, and these are like watercolor markers. So they also come with, they also come with a watercolor brush pen. So you just put water in this, and then you can blend these watercolors and use them truly like watercolors. So these are a new medium to us this year. My daughter had another brand of these, but they didn't last very long, and she loved them. So that's why we're incorporating these into our homeschool this next year. Another thing I got was, these are in the drawer, a whole box of Sharpies. A lot of the time, especially if you're using the Kids for Art Hub channel, they outline their art projects in a black Sharpie. So I got an entire bucket of them. These are an off-brand. I find that they work just as good. This brand is called Xiofu, Xiofiu permanent markers, and they are fine tipped. And that is another thing that we will use for art. I also got these Pilot Bravo pens. I got a whole pack of them. They are another medium for sketching. They're a very fine tipped pen, kind of a fountain pen style. And then these I got on Amazon as well. They're also pens. These will be more for like writing, not for art, but they're here, so I'll show them to you now. They are from China. I do not know how to pronounce this, and I'm not even gonna pretend that I do, but they are a 0.5 point pen, so extra fine point, and these will go just in our common desk area. So my kids each have desks in their rooms, and that is where they do their individual work, and they have their own desk setups. I actually have videos for those that will either be up before or after this video. I'm not sure if they're already up. I will tag them in the description of this video, and you can kind of see each of my kids has their own like desk accessories and scissors and stuff like that. And then we have a desk downstairs in our main living area that's right in our kitchen that has our family desktop as well as its own drawers of office supplies. And so these will probably end up in there, but that is something I got for the next school year. Staying with the theme of art, I got from Amazon their Learning Resources 5-piece primary shapes template. The reason I like these is oftentimes when my kids are following video art instructions, they're being told to draw a particular shape, often circle. But I thought these would be super helpful in helping them with their art projects. So there's a circle with different sizes, a triangle, a square, octagon, or pentagon, I think that's just 5. No, it's octagon, and square and rectangles. So these are just a template that will go, I'll just keep these in our art area, and my kids can use these for various art projects. That was pretty affordable on Amazon. I will have all of these products linked with affiliate links in the description of this video. I do make a small commission if you use that link and purchase them items on Amazon, and it's a free way to support my channel. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it does help provide an income for my family, so I appreciate when you use those links. But I will link all of these products because everything is from Amazon. The next thing I have is painting supplies. So we didn't do a ton of painting this year, but I also didn't have a lot of painting mediums for my kids to use. So I got 2 different art painting sets. If I had done this in hindsight, I probably would have just done one of them because there's a different number of colors in these 2 packs. So I got pink and purple ones for my girls. I have 2 girls that are homeschooling, and then I have 3 boys that are homeschooling. And I got them blue, but the blue sets have less paint. And I don't think I realized that at the time, where I would have gotten them all sets that have the same number of colors. So the boys set comes in a package that looks like this. There are 36 colors, and it's the Pretty Excellent brand. And it shows all the colors on the back. Inside the box, it looks like this. I got these in particular because they are tin, and they are high quality art paints, watercolor paints that will last. I like the tins because they have different compartments where you can mix your watercolors in the lid. It comes with a fillable water brush, and then it has all these little cake pans of the watercolors here, as well as a little protective piece that goes on top. And you can also, it has all the color names on here that coincide with the names on the little paint cakes, and you can do swatches of them because this is watercolor paper. So that is super convenient. So I got 3 of these sets for my boys. And then, like I said, if I had known, I would have kept this more even because I like to keep things even if I can. But I did not. So Mei-Ling, same brand. So it's not, Mei-Ling is the brand. I'm sorry. I think I told you that it was Pretty Excellent. Maybe it translates to, Mei-Ling translates to Pretty Excellent. I do not know because I do not know Chinese, so I apologize. But the brand is Mei-Ling, and these are the sets I got for my girls. They are also made of tin, which I was looking for, and one of the reasons I went with this set. This has a protective cover, but the protective cover includes the colors of the paints. It also has different compartments for mixing watercolors here on the lid. Again, it comes with this little guide that you can color swatch all of your colors. We'll probably just do one lesson where we color swatch all their colors so that they can see them and know what they look like. And that would be a really great introduction to brush painting, because we are going to follow some brush painting tutorials this next year. And there is a spot right on the front for all of their paintbrushes. You can see all of the colors. These are individually wrapped, and they also have their own water brush that you can put water in and reuse over and over to mix colors and blend. I apologize, my dog is barking. So I got 2 of these, one for each of my girls. The next thing I got related to art are some art books. I'm not following a particular art program. I kind of prefer to pick and choose different projects. I did come across a couple YouTube channels, I can link them in the descriptions, that have like 1 to 10 lessons of intro to different brush painting or drawing that we will do this next school year in sequential order. But I really prefer to use books and videos that I find online, and we don't follow a particular course at this point. So I got this book called How to Paint, A Complete Beginner's Guide to Watercolors, Acrylics, and Oils by Angela Gare and Ian Sidaway. So this is a beginner's book, all things painting. There's a lot of things in here that are step-by-step tutorials to help my kids learn how to do painting. It talks about creating custom color palettes and the different types of brushes. That's another thing I don't have. I ordered brushes, but they are running late, so I don't have brushes, but I got my kids a set of high quality art brushes that come with, I think, like 20 brushes a piece. So they will have, you know, all these different kinds of brushes to use that are watercolor brushes. And yeah, I'm super excited to do painting, more painting this year, because last year we really focused on drawing. And that is one book I got. I also got this book. This was recommended by, this is really common in the Charlotte Mason world. It's called Brush Drawing by May Milan. I apologize if I'm butchering that. And we will for sure be using this book. It's a lot more simplified, and we will use it to practice brush strokes and use those brush strokes to then create actual shapes, such as all these leaves, and continue to build on that. So this is a great book for getting started on brush painting, and it starts very simple and then you build on those skills. So this is a little more complicated, of flowers and petals, and then using extra colors inside your palette. And by the time you get to the end of this book, you're doing a lot more complicated brush painting with way more colors and shading and things like that. So this will probably be where we start with painting this next school year. The next thing I have in the way of art books is Basic Color Theory, an Introduction to Color for Beginning Artists by Walter Foster. It's a 40-page step-by-step painting book. I like that it's large. It's much bigger than an average book because I will lay this out on the table for all 6 of my kids to see, and we will talk about some of the basics to color theory, which I think is a really good foundation to art. I took art classes in college, and this was a big part of my art. One of the beginning classes I took that I think is great for all beginning artists. So we have that. And then I also have narration notebooks. So we use narration notebooks because we loosely follow a Charlotte Mason style education. After we finish certain segments of the books we read and the lessons that are taught, I have my kids narrate back to me what we learned. And depending on their age, the notebook looks like this on the inside. They will write a brief summary of what we've read. Currently we're reading Little House on the Prairie, so they will briefly write about what we read for the chapter we read, and then they will draw a picture. And then this is more up to them, whatever medium that they want to use. And this kind of becomes a keepsake for my kids at the end of the school year and kind of a showcase of everything that they've done. So really the only things I keep besides like really good writing projects and stuff at the end of the school year are their art notebooks and their narration notebooks. And it's really fun for them to flip through them and see what they learned and go back and remember the books that we read together. And I find that when they write it down and draw pictures, they remember what they've learned so much better. And that is kind of almost the foundation of the Charlotte Mason method is narration, oral narration. So I have some blue and some pink books for my kids. The next thing is we're gonna go on to blackboard drawing. So I have this book by Mildred Swanell, and it is all about chalkboard drawing, and it will help them learn different shapes and things they can do with chalk. And so I got them chalkboards, and if I'd realized, I mean, obviously the size was online and I just didn't pay great enough attention. I got them these double-sided chalkboards, but I'm not in love with these, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I may just get something different. And then I just got some really regular generic chalk that's colorful by Crayola, and then I got them a set of these pencil chalks. So they really are a pencil, but has chalk on the inside. Came with like 12 or so. I also got 3 different chalk sets from Crafty Croc. So I got liquid chalk markers. These are larger and they look like this. And they, you have to like fill the tip with the chalk paint. I got these, and then and they're called Artist Quality, so they're supposed to be really good. I got the fine tip liquid markers. These ones are smaller with a finer tip. I'm losing all of them. Fall out. And then I also have these fine tip markers. They're the same as these. These are just white. The other ones were colorful. So they look like this, and the colors are the cat color, which makes it easy. So I also have a bigger chalkboard that's coming for my kids to use. So we'll use these, but I think we'll also use the bigger chalkboard as well. And this is kind of why I had the idea to get these shapes, because a lot of the shapes and stuff that we use in the blackboard drawing book, I have some perfectionists who are not okay with things not being perfect. I apologize, it's my fault they feel that way. And so I got these to kind of help with some of that. Okay, next, I think that's almost, the last thing that I think is kind of art related is these Dover coloring books. Of all the coloring books you can get, these are my absolute favorite because they are very educational and there are so many to choose from. and they're just great quality, and there's almost always one that will fit in with whatever we're learning about. So typically I pick ones that fit in with what we're learning for science. So this isn't even all of them because my kids have already snatched a few to play with or to color on. But these I use during our read aloud time. We have a pretty heavy read aloud time because we read from history. We read history read alouds and just a regular read aloud and ancient history and all kinds of stuff, literature. So our read aloud time can be a little bit longer. We've built up to that, and so it helps to sometimes just sit at the table and color. So I have this one, which is State Birds and Flowers. Also, disclaimer, my kids are home. We homeschool, so you may hear them in the background right now. Audubon's Birds of America. I'm obsessed with mushrooms, so I was so excited about this one. Mushrooms of the World. We will be doing some fungi study for science, so that will be perfect. We're also doing ocean animals, so whales and dolphins. The Bird Watchers coloring book. In general, I love birds, and we have several bird feeders, and we do some bird watching. So I like this one because we can kind of see the birds that are in our actual yard. Cat lovers. We're also cat lovers. We have 2 kittens right now. And National Parks coloring book. And another backyard nature coloring book. There's a reptile book and another backyard nature book that I'm aware of that are not in the set that my kids are using that I got at the same time. So these will be for just helping keep my kids' attention while we're reading and doing read aloud time. All of those, everything that I've shared with you is all from Amazon. Next, I'm going to just share some of the more general art supplies that I got, or not art supplies, office supplies that I got for just in general for homeschool and stuff. So I check my kiddos' work every day. So their individual work, their English language arts, writing, and math. And I like to use colorful markers so that they can see, you know, what I'm writing on their page and it stands out. And I got these. I love the PenMate felt tip pens, but they are expensive. So I decided to try something a little more affordable. I also liked it because they have more color options, and I have a whole bunch of these in black right now that I love. So I'm pretty sure these will work great, but these are the felt tip pens. I got a total of 40 colors from, it says bright colors, no smearing, quick drying. They're just called felt tip pens. There's not an actual, Lelix I think is the brand. So these are all different colors, and I will use these for grading next year. I use grading loosely. It's just like, hey, you forgot to do this, or here's some notes about how awesome you did here. So I guess it's considered grading, but for some reason I don't like the name grading. My kids love to write in pen, and sometimes that can be frustrating when they cannot easily correct it. So erasable pens have worked really good for us this school year, so I got some more for next school year. These are an off-brand, the Lineon brand from Amazon, so I'm not sure how great these work yet, but I can report back. So we will be using these. And I truly think kids are just like adults. They really like fun writing utensils for school, and sometimes it makes a difference. So I got some of the PaperMate mechanical pencils. Also, I think I referred to the other felt tip pens that were colorful as PenMate, and I meant PaperMate. It's that brand. So we got these, and one of the reasons I like these is because there's so many different colors, and I kind of color coordinate my kids. I have assigned colors for my kids, which helps. So the assigned colors they have are the colors that they'll get and use for these mechanical pencils. And these ones just are a little better quality and last longer. That's why I chose these. I also use highlighters a lot when we're doing work together and when I'm grading. And I love the zebra highlighters. I have most of them, and I've used them so much that a lot of them are running low on color. So I got this set. It is the Zosky Mild Highlighter Pastel Set. So these are not the zebra brand. They are an off brand, but they are similar. I got this over the zebra brand because I like these colors better. There's 25 colors, and like I said, I have my kids have assigned colors, so that's helpful. And then also it's just helpful like when I'm doing a certain product, like doing certain something with them to color coordinate certain things. I also use these for my personal planning, and I have my planning broken down in color as well. So like doctor appointments are dark pink, church related events are blue, and so on. So that's why I liked the color options in this one over the traditional zebra highlighters. The next thing I got are an entire box full of these composition notebooks. My kids use these to work out math problems, do writing, you name it. So these are great to have on hand, and I genuinely go through like a whole box in a school year, so I got 12. I got 12, so that should last us this whole school year. And I prefer these to spiral notebooks because I can't stand the spiral notebook papers getting ripped out and little pieces of paper everywhere. So I get these so that they aren't as tempted to rip the paper out, and it just stays more neat and orderly. The next thing I got was 4 D-ringed binders. I don't have those in front of me. I'm not gonna go grab them. You've seen a white binder before, but I did get some stuff for my binder, so each of my kids will have a binder. And then I got two different kinds of dividers. I got these ones, which are pockets. They go right into their binders with a 3-hole punch, but they open up in our pockets. These are great for like little things that they cut out or just holding little various things. So I got these. These are just some of the colors. I have a whole rainbow of colors for these. And then I also got just the 5 big tab Avery dividers for their binders. So they're happy bright colors, and they'll each have one in their binder to divide the different things. By default, the binder dividers that are the pockets that snap open and close came with 2 pencil holders. Nothing super exciting. And then I also got, I get it now why teachers love Ticonderoga brand pencils. They really are better, and they sharpen better, and they last longer. So I love all things black and white. So I got all the black Ticonderoga pencils. So these ones are not, oh, just kidding, they're all pre-sharpened. No, they're not. These ones are pre-sharpened, and I got 3 packs of these, so I got 3. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 8 packs of these. We used a couple at the end of the school year. And they're all number 2 pencils, but these ones are not sharpened. I have a great sharpener. I might link it in here, but we've had it a couple years, and it has worked amazing. It's really great, especially if you're using colored pencils. So we use those. And then I also have, the last thing I got was this Fashion Trend desk set. This is gonna go in our, just our main desk, computer desk for all the kids to use. It has, I haven't even opened this up yet. It has, oh my gosh, I'm throwing things. This cute acrylic pen, sorry, this cute acrylic tape holder, a hole punch remover, these scissors, just paper clips and pins, staples, and a stapler. I'm using this little tiny stapler that kindly bit the dust, and I have some scissors, but they're all getting pretty dull. So, and then it also came with like a clear ruler, but I have some metal rulers that I absolutely prefer. I got my kids all like acrylic rulers this last school year, and every single one of them has broken. And so I have a set of metal rulers that come in different sizes that I way prefer over acrylic rulers that I can link that my kids use for school stuff that last. I've had them like, I don't know, 6 years now. And that's pretty much all of our kind of miscellaneous school supply stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of a fun video to put together all the fun stuff that we're using this school year. I'm gonna have more videos on my channel. I've already shared a huge homeschool haul of all the things we're using from The Good and the Beautiful. Not sponsored, just stuff that we love. And then I'm going to have it broken down for each of my kids' grade levels, as well as tips for educating kids at home who have learning disabilities. I will also share our history picks, our science picks, and some of the supplements we'll be using for those things, as well as poetry and geography. Those will be combined in some videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. It was super fun to put together, and I will have everything linked in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's a free way to support my channel, and subscribe by hitting the bell so that you can see each video that is uploaded every week. We are on track right now. I have uploaded every Thursday, and I continue to stay with that schedule. I'm going to continue to stay with that schedule, so you can expect a new video every Thursday. I'm hoping I can eventually add in more, but we are adjusting to some new changes in our household, such as adding a new kiddo through foster care, which we're loving and is going great. But you know, I don't think I'm quite ready to do another video a week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you want to see more behind the scenes of my life and every day, please follow me on Instagram. I share a lot on my stories on Instagram, as well as more cleaning reels and things on Instagram. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.